Hello and welcome to Codeland. And in this tutorial I will create a simple calculator application. This is just a design part, how you can design this type of simple calculator in Flutter. So let's start from the sketch, and let me import the material.dot library. This tutorial is about the design phase. Actually this is the whole application, and I will tell you how to create the calculator application in Flutter. So this is just a design tutorial. So I will tell you how to design this type of UI in Flutter. Okay, so same like just start with the my app class and with a stateless widget, and add some properties to this build widget. Okay, so this is the theme attribute, and if you don't know the color codes, you can you can Google the color code, the material color code in the Google, and I have found this color. This is the color code. You can pick from anywhere. Okay, this is let me skip the color as of now, but I will set the home page, which is the main page, and this main page is stateful widget. This is the stateful widget, which is the main class, and inside this build widget it returns a scaffold, and this scaffold contains the body of the application, the screen, and this is the body. The body type is container, and this is the color of the container, which is a purple color, and this is the width of the container, which you can say match parent, and this is the height, which is just like a media query dot of context. This is actually the context of how you can set the max width and height in Flutter of the container. Okay, the container has a child, which is a column, and the children of these columns. Okay, the first one is the expanded. There are two children of the column. The first one is the expanded, which has a child. Okay, now both the expanded children has a flex 1, and the first expanded has a child, which is a clip. Okay, child container, and inside this container let me add this color. Okay, this is the color of the container, and okay, now in this container I have a child, which is a clip path. Okay, the clip path has some more attributes like clipper, and the clipper returns another class, which is a custom class. You can say bottom wave clipper. I don't have this class, but I will create class bottom wave clipper, which extends the custom clipper, and this is the type of the custom clipper, which is a path. Okay, now it gives me an error which says that this class has some overrides methods. um, okay, let me add the override methods like get clip. Okay, but I will add this with the option. It gives me the option to add the overriding methods. Okay, so inside this clip get clip method, let me restructure or create the design for the text section, which is simply a curve path, curve design. Okay, we will add some points and we will curve the bottom of the container with some curved line, like the start of the container, the bottom section. We will increase, you can see we will increase the path, the line of the container, the bottom line of the container. We will curve with some parameters like if you know the if you are good in mathematics, then you will understand the mathematics of how to create a curve path, the curve line or the curve design. Okay, this is the way you can create and you can design your own custom structures or own custom designs. Okay, so first I have created the first control point and first endpoint. The curveness of the container will start from the first control path, first control point to second control point, and first endpoint with the second endpoint. Okay, first we have the first control point, which is a dx, and first control point dy, and first endpoint dx, and first endpoint dot dy. Okay, now create another two parameters for the second control path. Okay, so let's add the size of the dx, and let's add the size for the dy. Dy is just a height, a vertical height, and dx is the portion, the width portion of the container. Okay, let's add the second endpoint, which is again offset. Let's add the dx and dy properties. Okay, this is the limitation height minus 40. I have set the height or equal height. It means that the value of the height is 100, but I will set 60. Okay, so this is the y2, which is the second control point, second endpoint dot dy, and let's add these two lines, path dot line 2, and again we have another path dot line 2, size, this is for the x, and again this is for the y. And now path dot close. Call this method path dot close. Okay, so it will redesign. Okay, if I add another expanded, actually it gives me the error because I didn't have this another expanded which is a children of the column. Okay, so now you can see there is no curve in the first expanded, and let me just see the code if it has some errors, or if I missed some code. Okay, now again run the application again, and I think it should work. It should work fine, but I don't know what is going on. Okay, and what I have done, let's first remove this debug mode banner. Okay, I forgot to add the width of the container, which is a media query dot of context dot size dot width. And now you can see the design of the first container, and let's change the color of this container, which is a white color. Okay, for the title bar, for the title bar, let's add this property, which is a system chrome dot set system UI overlay style, and set the status bar color, which is a color dot from ARGB, and this is the color code. And now you can see the design of the container. Okay, again there is a second part of this container, which also include the expanded, because this is a column and we will need two expanded. The first expanded has a child size box, and another is again the column which has some children's, which has two children's. The first one is the operation. You can see the operands, which is like if I have a number, a first number, and then the operator, and again we have a second number, and below this text, like we will have a result text. Okay, let's set the alignment cross axis alignment end, and okay, now again I will wrap this column with the container, and I will set the alignment of this container to center right. And now again add the padding, set to 10. Okay, now again add the cross axis alignment, which is end, which is a cross axis alignment dot end. Okay, for the button section, I will remove this center property, which is a child, and I will add a container, and inside this container we will have the child of this container is a column, is a row, because we will place the button in a row fashion, linear fashion, and I will use a row widget, and inside this row has some children's, like I will use 4 to 5 rows, and each row is a column which has some you can say expanded containers. Okay, according to the design, we will place Okay, this is you can follow any way to create the design of to place the buttons, but uh, I will use this way, and inside this row I have expanded with a flex one, and inside this flex this expanded I have a column which is a children of expanded, and this column has four childrens which are four buttons, like and I will create a method for every button. Okay, my button, and this is the method, and I will add this my button method in each of the column. And now let me add this my button method. The type of this method is the flat button, and it returns a flat button. Okay, this flat button has some properties like on pressed and the color of this button, and again there is a child of this flat button which is just a text, and this text is going to be the name of the button, and you will see the result, and these are the buttons. Okay, let me add some more buttons, and let me customize the design of these buttons. Okay, this is the alignment property, which is a main axis alignment, and okay, now it's time to wrap this the single button with expanded, and set the flex to 1. Okay, now do this with every button. Just repeat this expanded with every button, and I will edit the design later, but for now okay, I will add the expanded property to this button as well. Okay, as you can see the design, I have the equal button which has a flex 1, and the rest of the children in the column has a flex 0. Okay, now you can edit the text of these buttons, and I will add the color property, and I will add the style property for these buttons. Okay, if you notice the design, it has a icon button which is you can say a delete button, which is a backspace. Okay, this is the icon data icon, and the child of this flat button is again an icon which has a color which is a white color with the size of 30 dot. Okay, so this is the backspace button, and I will also add the style of the button, And you can also do and you can also edit the design of this calculator. And now you can see the color of the button as we need the white color of the buttons. I am just confused in where I can place the buttons. So okay, 1 2 3 4 5, and this AC button will be swapped with the 6 and 7 8 and then 9. So okay, now replace this AC with percent, and again replace I am little bit confused. So where I can place the button in the okay, so this is the equal button, and again we need 3 more buttons: divide, multiply, okay. So now add the style of the text view, and the size of the font size of this text is 20, with the white color. And I will add 2 more buttons, which is a white button, which is a okay, the divide button. And okay, so this is the divide button, and I will replace this with the multiply button. Okay, so now the design is ready, and you can see how to design the calculator application in Flutter.